so I need to record this.
Oh yeah, okay. I recorded it.
Okay, okay.
It's already
fine.
recorded. Yes.
Yeah.
So when we say asakta, it is going with karma yoga asakta. Is that, I mean, I'm inferring it, Jayakumarji, because in Marathi at least, asakta means somebody who's attached. Now, generally, when I've heard that word, it was asakta to almost to the point of addiction. So we are saying karma yoga asakta here, and I guess that is the purport of the 3.7 verse.
Yeah, so this word asaktaha, so good point you're bringing up. So there is something, saktaha. Sakta
Yes.
means attachment.
Attachment, yes.
Liking towards, a passion towards something is called saktaha or sakti. And they also use the word asakti for that.
Yes.
Asakti. Asakti
Yes.
means attached. But here, a means opposite of saktaha. Asaktaha. So therefore, that is a potential for confusion is there.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Okay.
in Sanskrit also we have asakti, but there it is asakti, not asaktaha.
No, asakta. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Asakti. So it is asakti, is it?
Asakta.
Yeah. Asakti. Sakti means attachment. Asakti means intense attachment. So they say sometimes we use the word, he's passionate about playing violin. Means asakti. He in violin, in playing the violin, he has asakti, we say. So in a good form of attachment. So that's where we use the word asakti.
So you are talking about dirga a.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
Got it. Okay. This is asakta. Okay.
Correct. This is opposite of sakta.
Yeah.
Just to build on it, there is another word, anashakti, right? Which is the same meaning as asaktaha, right?
Correct.
It's the anashakti ashram.
Yeah.
It's a Gandhi ashram somewhere in Uttarakhand.
Okay. I see. Anashakti ashrama.
Anasakti and asakti are the same. Yeah.
No. Anashakti is the opposite of ashakti.
Correct. So anasakti is
Anasakti. Okay.
correct. So that word is very.
Jayakumarji, in Kannada also there is asakti word is there.
Yeah, but it is asakti.
Asakti, yes.
Yeah.
Correct. So asakti. So the point here is, so we don't get lost in words here. Saktaha, attachment. Asaktaha also is attachment. Asaktaha, opposite of saktaha, opposite of attachment. Anasaktaha, also opposite of attachment. That's conclusion.
In Telugu also it is anasakta.
Okay. So
Yeah,
give an example. How do you use it in a sentence in Telugu?
So if you don't have any interest in something, so I would say that anasaktude unnadu. Like you don't have any interest in that.
Correct.
Asakti is also there. Asakti is basically enthusiasm,
Asakti, yeah.
interest in that.
Interest. Okay.
Tamil also we have Ashaktamark, elders will say Ashaktamark.
And
not interested to do anything and just lie down.
Ashaktam, yeah. So there the sa has become sha.
In Kannada we say tumba asakti ide.
Correct.
And tumba andre more is very much interested.
Yeah.
Then it's tumba asakti ide.
Correct. Good. Any other questions?
Yeah, Jayakumar, I want to ask you a question, please.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Okay, when you do things as a karma yogi, you want to live, you want to have the arpana buddhi and prasada buddhi as coming from Ishvara, what happened to our petitions? Is the petitions also we should leave it as though it will be a prasada from Ishvara?
Yeah, so petitions to Ishvara to accomplish, to help us accomplish things. Okay,
Yeah.
so that will continue to be there, but the attitude is different. So the petition is there because it's an absolute necessity for you, and so the petition may be there, health related, job related, whatever petitions will be there. But again, it is backed by a duty based requirement, a duty based prayer. It's to be done by me right now. I need this. In order to continue, I need this. And so, therefore, a petition is made. Okay. Eventually, Shankara will say, eventually, a sannyasi, even petition stops. Correct? Petition stops for a sannyasi. Means for a wise person, petition also stops. Why? Why petition stops? Any guesses?
He doesn't have any wishes.
Huh?
He doesn't have any wishes.
Well, petition applies only if there are two different people. One A can petition B. If A is equal to B, where is the question of petition?
I was about to ask that, Guruji, when you talked of petitions, isn't that contrary to what we believe in?
So when you
It's a
say
set of duties.
A equals B, there's no need for there is no petition.
There is no need for petition. There is no possibility of petition.
Yeah.
Because there is no second.
Yeah.
So yeah, Shiva, that's correct. So that is the goal here. That is the vision here. So it takes you completely away from this idea of duality. The whole insecurity comes from separation. Okay, there is, if you can mute yourselves, all of you, Ramesh, etc., those who spoke. So that insecurity comes from separation. We have to understand that. Dvaitati bhayam bhavati. I am separate from the rest of the world. From you, me, all these things. Of course, they're all separate things. Very obvious to me. That is the cause for insecurity. That is the cause for insecurity, period. The minute Dvaita is there, insecurity is bound to be there. Because you need a second thing in order to become insecure about. There's no second, there is no insecurity. So that is why. So petitioning will be there as long as I have Dvaita Buddhi. The minute Dvaita Buddhi goes away, petitioning will stop. Who is to petition for whom? Kartritvam is gone. There is no doership anymore. So everything is prarabdha karma vashat. I do what is to be done, and that's the end of it. No petitions. But it's okay, as a karma yogi, kartritvam is there, therefore petitions will be there. And the most important petition, of course, is give me karma yoga buddhi. Give me chitta shuddhi. That becomes the most important petition. Keep that in mind. That becomes the most important petition. Everything else, okay, yeah, by the way, I need all the sharira yatra api. Krishna is saying that, hey, for maintaining this body, for doing my duties also, I must have proper health. And so, where is the question of doing duties when the health is failing? Correct? So, therefore, those petitions are good for karma yogi. Yeah.
Okay.
I have a question. May I ask?
Yeah, Ramesh, go ahead.
Okay. Jayakumar ji, I was going through all these different yogas, like chapters were they say Sankhya Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Sannyasa Yoga, Dhyana Yoga. All these yogas, when you do, it applies to yourself. Except Karma Yoga. When you do the Karma Yoga, not only affects you, it affects others also. It can be positively or negatively, depends upon which karma you do it. Is it right way?
Yeah. So
Like Bhakti Yoga.
actions affect others. attitude is meant for ourselves. Attitude is meant for our own sake. Of course, actions done with the proper attitude helps others also positively, no doubt. Even attitude does rub on others, they say that. So that person's, I like being with the other person. Why? Because I like that person's attitude and it rubs on, let it rub on me, that's also good. So yeah, in general, whatever we do affects others. There is nothing we do that does not affect others. Even our attitude, I will argue, does affect others. And so our own home, our children will be thankful if we study Bhagavad Gita, correct? For 1 hour, this man doesn't come. Oh my God, great. Dad, what happened to your Gita class? I thought you had twice a week. What happened? This week only once a week or what? So it does affect. Yeah, finally, Bhagavad Gita is for ourselves. It's not for others. And as you already said, Bhakti Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Ityadi, all for our sake only. It's not for anybody else. Yeah.
Thank you.
May I ask a question, sir? Satya Chilukuri.
Yeah, go ahead, Satya. Recognized.
Krishna has classified human beings into two. Those who follow as a renunciate, as a sannyasi, and the other one is involved in action-oriented, are introvert and extrovert. Will they be able to change their nature?
Yeah, I'm not able to spot you. I'm trying to look for you, but I'm not able to see you. I don't know where you are.
Okay.
Is your video on? Okay, there you are. Okay, I found you. There you are. Okay. Your fundamental question is a human being able to change their basic nature? Is that is the correct? That is your question. Yeah. So then what is the nature of a human being? I mean, we all change our nature. We also were rough and tough before, and then after some time we recognize, we want to build our personality. We wanted to learn how to talk to people, our own people. We don't know how to talk. We have improved our language, etc. So why not? Why should we not change our nature? It happens all the time. I see it happening all the time. So that's a relative nature. Everything I said now is all relative nature. Our way of interacting, our attitudes, etc. But here the Shastram talks about a fact. Atma being something, being ajaha, being non-destructible, etc. That fact, recognizing a fact. So we are not trying to change our nature, really speaking. We are only trying to recognize a fact about ourselves, which can have dramatic impact on our view of our own self and of the rest of the world. Okay. So that does not come under the category of change. Why? Because Atma is what it is. And we are not trying to change Atma. Atma cannot be changed. And I am Atma. Correct? So that's the way to look at it, Satyaji.
The second question is, spiritual journey is a continuous one, which involves all types of yoga, in my opinion. You start with one, and just like traveling from one place to another place, you may occupy travel by car, and then train, and then plane, and whatnot. Similarly, here, I don't think we should isolate Karma Yoga from Jnana Yoga or Bhakti Yoga or any other yoga one may bring about. It is a continuous journey, and some are preliminary, and in the process of gaining more knowledge, one may study one first and the second one later, but it is a continuous process. They should not be separated and should not be glorified as the one is better than the other. What's your opinion?
Yeah, I mean that is a known fact, and we want to also say the same thing. Krishna is also saying the same thing, and so what decides what is appropriate for you? So journey is there. When you go from A to B, and car, bus, plane, etc., you have an idea. You have the full view in mind. Then you can plan your journey out. You can decide which mode of transportation to take. But in this journey, the journey itself is not clear. What is the end game? Not clear. So the clarity of the end game has to be there. Then everything else falls in place. Bhakti yoga, jnana yoga, karma yoga, upasana yoga, etc. falls in place. And so Krishna says, he just clubs everything into two. Dvivida nishtha, he says. Two types, he says. And then everything else will fall into one of these two. And bhakti yoga, etc., which is going to come later. Correct? So therefore it's very obvious. So Arjuna is asking that question. What is right for me? What is right for me? You've told me all these things. Now what is right? What should I do? I'm not clear. So it's like somebody in 6th or 7th grade saying, should I go to school or should I go to college? Okay. Should I get a degree from high school or should I get a degree from college? How will you answer that question? That shows that the person who is asking the question is still immature, and the person of course has to get the degree from high school and then graduate towards a college, towards a university, etc. And because that person is thinking, wait a minute, college education is only going to get me a job, not high school education. Therefore, why not go get college education right away? Why go through all these things? That is his thinking. So yeah, of course it is a journey. Of course it is a journey, no doubt about that. And so we are trying to get that big picture here so that we can see exactly where we can use all the tools that are available there.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, Satya. Okay.
Jayakumar ji, I have a couple of comments. So, may I go forward?
Yeah, go, Vaidya.
Yeah. So this is nothing to do with Vedanta. This is old memories. So that contest you mentioned at Purdue, since we overlap, you were a couple of years ahead of me at Purdue, my senior at Purdue. And so that is a Rube Goldberg contest. And I had the pleasure of witnessing one of those contests also in one of my years at Purdue. So people can Google Rube Goldberg, and then you'll get what exactly Jayakumar was talking about.
Correct. Rube Goldberg. Oh, my good memories now that you mentioned that word.
Yeah. The second one, you mentioned, in India, people have to go from one department to another and so on. That's basically a legacy of the British Raj, which unfortunately we have not, dropped even after 70 years. Now, Modi ji, last year, we nullified about 100 plus laws. Remember the penal code, which is still hanging around, right? And he's improving government processes a lot, right? So that's a good thing. Now, Charles Dickens, in a work that he wrote in the 1800s, this was like the late part of the 18th century, right? The 17th century, right? 19th century, sorry. So he wrote this book called Little Dorrit, where there is actually a department called the Department of Circumlocution, where people are made to go from pillar to post. So you can see where it came from.
I see. Interesting. Yeah, it's true. British Raj. We need to change this. We've got a lot of work to do. It'll change, definitely. It's all changing. So we're praying. It's part of our prayer. It's our petition. Haraprasad ji, it's another petition we have. So petition is, may you remove the carpet from under these people who are this department of circumlocution. Yeah. May you remove they get them out of business. That's a big petition we have. So petitions are important. Karma Yoga Buddhina. Buddhya. Yeah. Good. Any other questions? Okay. So we can